reach for the sky, boy.
Conductor, we have a problem.
Shit to talk about, and more shit we got to talk about is MVP recently responded to a tweet, or was it a tweet or was it a comment in his Instagram?
It was an Instagram post.
Okay, somebody was saying move on from Triple H, or stop being jealous of Triple H, you want to be him, or whatever. And MVP was like, why would I want to be a lying coward? And now you got people like, oh man, when the time comes where this guy gets to talk, I want to hear this. Set up the Chris Van Vliet. What is it? Chris Van Vliet? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris. Set up the Chris Van Vliet interview right now, because we're gonna have a lot to say. And look, you have, hold on for a second.
If you look at it from that standpoint, Hustleites, yeah. I mean, MVP's got nothing to hide. He's got nothing to say, or he's not lying about it. It's just his experiences with Triple H. Again,
yeah, it's going to be a very interesting.
Everybody's going to have their boys. Triple H has his clique. Everybody had their clique. And remember, Vince McMahon loved Omos. Vince McMahon, that was Vince McMahon project right there.
Yeah, well, that's one good move I can say on Triple H. Like you didn't need that nigga though. But it's going to be interesting because, with the internets and on social media, there's a good chunk of black wrestling fans who feel that Triple H is racist. And I want to tell people something. I think, at least from my estimation, and a lot of people who feel this way don't feel that he hates black people. They just feel he has a bias when it comes to the booking. And I'm inclined to think that there might be some truth to that. Honestly, in all seriousness, I can't say that the man's racist. I have fun with it though. I fucking have fun with it because
yes, you do. You have a lot of fun with that shit.
It's just funny to me, bro. Because look, from the blackface to the Booker T promo to the him with Mark Henry. Ain't nobody listen. After that shit, I was like, you can talk about the what do you call it? You can talk about the blackface DX promo. It's scripted, fine. You can talk about the Booker T promo. It's scripted, fine. But ain't nobody script him going like this, making monkey gestures to fucking Mark Henry, who I could not understand. I would have beat that nigga's ass. And I got to the locker room. I would have whipped his ass. And so, seeing that just makes me go, I don't know, nigga. If y'all want to believe that he's not racist, fine. You're entitled to your opinion. And I'm not one of these people who says, oh, if you don't believe he's racist because you're racist. I don't work that way. Y'all know me. I don't give a shit. It is what it is. But whatever MVP is gonna say,
all I just want to say, Track, he's got his clique. He's got people.
Oh, of course. Of course.
You can see that. He's got his people that came up from NXT. He's got the people like, look at Damian Priest is a great example. He wants to push him to the moon because that's his project. But he lost last night.
And look what he just did.
So I'm going to say he's racist. So I'm going to say he's racist.
Look what he did to the Boricuas. Look what he did to New York's champion. Look what he said to New York. He said, y'all ain't shit, New York. You are street trash. I don't respect New York. I'm from Greenwich, Connecticut. Nah, yo. He failing hard. Listen, I don't care that Bobby, either be they released Bobby or Bobby left. I don't care. Because I'm a fan of Bobby. I'm going to watch Bobby wherever he goes. But the fact that, you couldn't make a deal or give this man a deal that he deserved was some kind of bullshit. And if Triple H was not a Bobby Lashley guy, then that's whatever. But it's just like, dude, come on, man. There was a lot you could do with Bobby Lashley, and we were wanting it. We were asking for it. So much for him listening to people. I guess, it's all good. It's all good. You can listen to people, but as long as you're not listening to niggas online, because ain't no niggas allowed in the fucking Triple H crew.
Well, Shawn
Michaels
is different. Shawn Michaels is very different.
Shawn Michaels is treating NXT like it's a fucking HBCU, okay? Shawn Michaels is booking NXT like he know for a fact his ancestors owned slaves and he's trying to make up for some shit. All right. I think Shawn Michaels hit a black kid with a car and kept on driving, and he's been haunted by it ever since. And so he's like, I gotta push these black wrestlers.
He saw School Days. He was like, I didn't know.
That nigga,
I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Nigga, watching Spike Lee movies all night.
You know how some guys are like, I didn't know.
Can you imagine this? Could you imagine this fucking Yakubian sitting down watching School Days? I got to tweet him and ask him. And now hold on.
What are you gonna tweet? You gonna tweet Shawn Michaels? Did you watch
Shawn Michaels? Have you been watching School Days?
Oh God, that's nice. Again, this is what the PWHustle does. We uncover things. We unearth things. Do the math. Why is Trick Williams where he's at? Why is Javon Evans where he's at? Why is Wesley where he's at? I'm just saying. You just gotta look at on the TV screen.
Oh, with the way you have been booking NXT, nigga, have you been watching School Days?
Yamites!
For real?
Put a gift with Yamites. Dean, Big Brother Almighty. Oh God. And while Track is doing that, there is another thing that's going on in wrestling right now for the IWC going crazy. And the women, their PMSs are springing up. We got Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, filing for divorce, and now she's free. She's waiting to exhale and all that stuff. And we got Britt Baker, Public Enemy #1. So there's a lot of things going on the AEW side. And then, of course, what happens? Who comes out on Collision to say AEW is a great place to work? Dax and Cash FTR. This is a great place to work. AEW saved my life.
Wait, they did? I didn't see Collision. They did that?
They did it again.
Oh, God. I didn't watch Collision yet.
So,
oh, my God.
On cue, something happens backstage, and then FTR has got to come out and say, AEW has saved my life. Tony Khan has saved my life. Not that I'm against that. Again,
I haven't seen nobody's posted that either, so.
But, Track, it's kind of funny with the Britt Baker situation. The Sasha Banks and Mercedes Moné, anybody's going to pick their poison with Mercedes Moné, right? If you didn't like her from jump, this is like, oh, see, she didn't even like her husband. She hated that outfit that he made for her for Money in the Bank and all that stuff. And now that's the worst thing.
Yo, let me tell you something, bro. First of all, they're getting divorced. First of all, I heard it wasn't true or whatever, but it doesn't even matter.
Oh, she
spoke about it. Yeah, she spoke about it. So, all right, they're getting divorced. Okay, I can tell you, it's their business. You want A-Track's opinion on it? I'll give you my opinion on it. Of course, she was going to divorce this nigga. She's cooler than this nigga. She's been cooler than this nigga. He's a fucking seamstress. Okay? Now, if you sitting there saying, oh, she was only with him for the free ring gear, like, nigga, please. But at the end of the day, it's only going to take a woman but so long to fuck with you before she realizes I'm cooler than this nigga. And she's cooler than that nigga because she makes way more money than him. All right? It has nothing to do with him being a geek and her being a geek. Yo, I'm pretty sure that they matched, but she's cooler than him. And no chick is gonna stay with a dude that she's cooler than. Eventually, she gonna leave. Cause you be like, yo, this nigga's corny. And why am I with him? I make more money than him. He's not my king. He's not my king. He wasn't her king. She needs a king. She's a queen. She needs a king.
You said a seamstress is not a king? King
No.
seamstress is. I'm just saying.
Who the fuck is King Seamstress?
Him. Her ex. He's a king. He's the king of the seamstress.
Nah. He's not a king, bro. And you can't be no king if your queen is above you, because your queen is not supposed to be above you. The queen is not above the king. It's king queen. It's not queen king. Period. And he's not a king. That's all it comes down to. It's simple Patrice O'Neillisms. Plain and simple. Look them up. You'll understand. But I find it funny that when that first broke, all these people piled in, all these people said all of this bullshit back and forth. They had all their stupid ass negative opinions and whatnot. And now you have Britt Baker and her bullshit happening. She broke up with Adam Cole, but you didn't hear she was only with that nigga because he was in WWE and she wanted to get in. You didn't hear none of that. Everybody was, and motherfuckers were silent for a while, up until what just happened came out, and now look who's. But it's somehow Mercedes, right? She's the problem. She's the problem. This bitch going around talking about dudes and talking about dudes chicks. What's the story, Q?
Which one, with Mercedes or Britt?
With Britt.
Well, it depends. It's very conflicting stories because there's certain people that said that she was complaining that the match between MJF and Will Ospreay was too long, even for her liking, that it went for an hour, and she complained about it in the women's locker room. And MJF's girlfriend Alicia Toot was there, so she told her boyfriend, and then MJF confronted Britt. Not like the CM Punk way that he yoked up Jack Perry, but he confronted. But he confronted.
Could you imagine if he would have did that to Britt Baker?
But here, it's the funny part because
fucking grabbed him by the head, started choking her ass off.
MJF confronted Britt, Hustleites, and from what I heard, he punched the wall. So that was the most physical thing he did.
But I mean, listen, if that's true,
and they went to
so
HR. They went to
so
HR,
she complained about that. Wait, did she make? Wait, did she make a big thing about the match being an hour, or did she just make a comment?
I think it was a comment, but it was just to the point where this was another problem. There was multitude of issues between Britt Baker and backstage for some reason that resulted in her being.
We've been hearing that for a while, and a lot of people ain't want to believe it. I kept telling people Thunder Rosa is not the issue, and that's the way that it goes. So don't again. And Sasha ain't back there starting no bullshit. She ain't starting no beef. She ain't being shit. Now I don't know if this affects all. This doesn't affect All Out, right? She'll be around for All Out, right?
She should be. I think it's just formality. Like, you off TV for a week, maybe two, and then you come back and build up the pay-per-view, which is by the end of the month. We're good.
All right, so there's still time for a build with the pay-per-view, because I'm like, this really kind of affects that.
Yeah.
I mean, now there's a lot of weight on Mercedes' shoulders to carry this freaking feud.
But look at it from this standpoint, Track, because again, Britt Baker, she has an ego. Everybody, if you're in the business, will have an ego problem. Maybe Britt feels like her and Mercedes, put it for this way, right? You had that.
She's in no position to be complaining about length of matches.
I'm just giving you the scenario. I'm not saying I agree with it, but she had a problem with an hour match, hypothetically, Hustleites, right? So what does that do? It affects your build-up, your program, your segment with her and Mercedes Moné. The time. If you take an hour away from a 2-hour show, Track, you're gonna be pissed a little bit, because then it eats up at your time that you're trying to build up for your match. But the problem is, her match with Mercedes is not one of the highest priorities. It's probably fourth behind, because MJF and Will Ospreay is the number one match, no matter what. AEW's has been building that for All In. Number two is actually Mariah May and Toni Storm. That's the number 2 most important in investment. Number 3 is Daniel Bryan and Swerve. Who's number 4? That's Mercedes and Britt. So it is a little bit low on the card.
Listen, she had to have complained in a way where it came off majorly disrespectful for his girl to say something and for him to have to confront her. So it definitely came off in some manner that was not pleasant. And if that's the case, that's what I mean. It's like, yo, shut your goddamn mouth. What are you doing? Who the hell are you? Who are you? And this goes back to what we've been saying about Tony Khan, my dude. And you know what? I'm glad this happened. Again, and this is where the 5 years comes into play, because ain't nobody gonna try to convince me that there was peaceful locker rooms within the first 5 years of any wrestling promotion. So again, calm your damn tits, relax. But you know, you got to tighten up that locker room, man. You got to tighten up that locker room. We about to get out of here, so we just wanted to make sure we ran up on those particular stories. Yo, Q, tell them where they can find you, brother.
You can find me on the Twitter at PWHustle PROF. That's PWHustle Prof. And you can find me on the Hami Media Group, where I host the most nostalgic podcast out there with myself and the Tommy Wonder, the Pro Wrestling Reflection. And check it out. We dropped an episode on the Pro Wrestling Spotlight, Untapped Potential Spotlight with the Eliminators, Saturn and Cronus.
Oh, one of my favorite tag teams of all time, probably my favorite tag team of all time, was the Eliminators. Fucking Total Elimination was just a crazy ass, one of the craziest tag team moves ever.
Had to talk about them, man, because again, what could have been a short shelf life, but a great legacy that they left behind.
Exactly. You can find me here. I'll be putting up more Beavis and Butthead reactions up until something else comes up, or up until I decide to take a break. And I will be here doing the nostalgia reactions. All right, I got some more coming up. The weekends for me lately have been pretty busy. I've been doing a lot of family shit. But luckily today we were able to record a show minus Billy Ray Valentine. But hopefully we'll come back and we'll be live, and the whole crew will be around. But anyway, because it was SummerSlam, we had to talk about it. A lot of shit going down. We had to talk about that. So here we are. And you can find me on Twitter at @TrackBrown, the number 8, TRAC Brown. You can find the PW Hustle on TikTok at PW Hustle. If you're on Facebook, join the Hustle Fandom Group. All right. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, donate to the channel, donate to the Cash App if you want. All right. Links will be in the description and in the comment section. We out this motherfucker. Peace.
Yeah, Mike.
G5G. School days. G5G, 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 G5G.